How many times must I tell you people that in a world full of individuals who have different perspectives, different opinions, different statements they want to make about the world and everything around it, you can disagree and it's not the end of the world. You can have conversations with people you disagree with and it's not the end of the world. You're not betraying your core beliefs. You are understanding how a person chooses to operate and feel regarding certain subjects. And there's no greater subject that creates a lot of divide than abortion. Whether if you're for it, against it, you want to protect a woman's right to choose, or if you want to say all these women got to start having these babies even when they get unconsensually touched and pumped, it don't matter. The conversation is there and it's gonna always be there. But you should never go above and beyond past having conversations with your fellow man and woman who you disagree with. Because if you do, you're gonna be like the dummy we talking about today. Because this dummy you see on the screen is named, I believe, Bevelyn Williams or Bevelyn Williams. Terrible name. And she, based on social media posts, is going to jail for, I believe, 3 years. And if you were to believe the people who don't bother to pick up their phone, keyboard, or have somebody else do it and find out why, you would think she's going to jail for being somebody who's against abortion.
Bevelyn Williams turned herself in to serve a 3.5-year federal prison sentence. Praying in front of an abortion clinic as a form of protest is Bevelyn's crime. Kamala Harris's Department of Justice is charging Bevelyn with unlawful assembly. Let me share what Abby Johnson, a former bigwig over at Planned Parenthood, told me. She told me that whenever people are praying in front of Planned Parenthood abortion mills, that the numbers go down for that day, meaning women change their minds and turn away from the decision to sacrifice their babies. So prayer is very powerful.
Oh my God, free speech is at risk. It's in jeopardy in America. You can go to jail for being against abortion? No, not one motherfucking bit. Bevelyn Betty Williams, the Tennessee woman sentenced to 41 months in prison for violating the Freedom Access to Clinic Entrances Act, has taken to social media to cast blame on the Biden-Harris administration for her impending incarceration. Yesterday, the day she was set to begin her sentence, Williams posted on Twitter, "Biden and Harris administration has made my husband a single father. Today, I am on my way to turn myself into federal prison, where I am scheduled to serve 3 years in federal prison for unlawful assembly. Share this and make mothers and fathers of this nation aware of what's going on."
So right now, I'm about to drive my wife to a federal facility. She has to surrender herself there. And this is due to the Harris-Biden administration. And any husband in this country, anyone that's married knows, any mother, any father knows that separation from your loved one, separation from a mother and a daughter at 2 years old is traumatic, and no American citizen should have to experience this in this country. Obama has the audacity to speak to black men and tell black men they need to vote for Kamala Harris, when Kamala Harris administration is separating me from my wife and my wife from her daughter at 2 years old for unlawful assembly. My wife is facing 3.5 years for unlawful assembly and federal time, y'all. Okay, federal time. And it's devastating for our family, but we're gonna get through this. But I want people to know in this country, mothers, fathers, single mothers, that this cannot be tolerated, and you should not vote for Kamala, because voting for Kamala would do things like this, right? It's unacceptable, and yeah, that's what I have to say. That's what I have to say regarding that. The Biden-Harris administration made me a single father. I always envisioned growing up to be married and have my child, and that's what we did. We did things the right way. Even if you don't do things the right way, you don't make a father a single father. You know, you don't do things like that. And for the fact that Obama is going to go lecture black men and tell black men they need to vote for Kamala Harris, and this is what she's doing to black families in this country. She's been doing this even in California, if you look at her record. So Americans, go out and vote, but I encourage y'all, I implore y'all to vote for number 45, Donald Trump.
Google, mommy gonna miss you. I love you so much. I love you, pretty girl. And I love you too, baby.
Williams forgot to mention what she said during a live stream at her protest. This is going to be a wonderful day. We are going to terrorize this place, and I want the manager to hear me say it. We are going to terrorize this place. More people are coming. Criminals often attempt to shift responsibility for their actions onto others, and Williams is no different. U.S. Attorney Damian Williams, great name, previously stated in a Department of Justice press release, Bevelyn Betty Williams repeatedly intimidated and interfered with individuals seeking and providing critical reproductive health services. She did so by physically blocking access to clinics, threatening staff, and by force. Court documents paint a clear picture of Williams' actions. Physically blocked clinic entrances in Manhattan on June 19th and June 20th of 2020, crushed a staff member's hand in a door while obstructing entry, live streamed threats against clinic staff and patients, engaged in similar disruptive behavior at clinics across multiple states from 2019 to 2022. And also from the court documents, Williams live streamed some of her conduct on June 19th and June 20th of 2020 and on social media accounts. On the live stream on June 19th, 2020, Williams stood within inches of the health center's chief administrative officer and threatened to terrorize this place and warned that we're going to terrorize you so good your business is gonna be over, mama. Similarly, Williams stood within inches of a health center security officer and threatened war. Williams also stated that she could act by any means necessary.
We're trying to see if they let us in the office and take care of him. But if not, we're going to just terrorize this whole building.
All right. Last thing I want to say, you are a murderer.
Yes, Lord.
Murderer. You are a murderer. This place is a place of murder.
Y'all have an abortion clinic in our building, murdering innocent children. Right now, in the name of Jesus, we bind Carolyn down to the ground. We curse the entire building out in the name of Jesus.
Her attempt to deflect responsibility for her own choices and actions is doing well among the MAGA folk, who often blame Biden for the messes of their own making. And I'm just gonna say this. Matter of fact, let me do my old-fashioned holding you so nice and tenderly and say this. You are fucking absurd lying about this woman, acting as if all she did was stand and say abortion is wrong and hold a picket sign, and how could she go to jail for that? You are contributing to, what's that phrase, misinformation, and you're spreading it, thinking that a bunch of people are now going to protest, when in reality, you motherfuckers are just gonna sit on Twitter, bitch, moan, and groan, and move on to the next subject. You don't actually care, you just need some likes on social media.
She didn't get arrested or charged for any violence. They claim that she slammed the door inside. She slammed the door on one of the volunteers' fingers or something like that. No, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. On her paperwork is nothing but unlawful assembly. Unlawful assembly.
Or some attention in general, because clearly you're lacking it in your home life. And here's the thing that irks me the most, is the willingness to not seek information in regards to why this woman is going to jail. You can disagree with how long she's going to jail, but let's be real. Obstructing people from going somewhere, crushing somebody's hand, yeah, she was facing a consequence, and arguably it's warranted as a motherfucker. And the fact that people will go on Twitter and see this woman is is going to jail for being against abortion. And then they're going to buy into it without seeking out further information as to why. Because let's be real here, even though we live in a world where, yes, people get ostracized for saying things, people get criticized for saying things, people's friends and family don't want to talk to them anymore for saying things. I hope you're aware what I'm about to do based on me emphasizing saying so many times. People do face consequences for putting forth action. And when you're doing the thing she did and broadcasting that in front of other people and onto social media, yes, you're going to face a consequence. Just like how motherfuckers cheer when these leftists do the same things and face consequences. You can't all of a sudden start crying, it's unfair, when your side has dumb fucks on it that do the same fucking thing. Regardless of your opinions on abortion, don't unlawfully do things that put you in jail, because you're not a patriot, you're not a hero, you're not fighting for America. You're the dumbass who's sharing a bowl with Big Shirley, trying to explain and fight back as she tries to make you her little spoon. It ain't gonna work out for you. So I suggest you listen to what I'm about to say next, and then I could tell you subscribe to the channel and we could all go on and enjoy our day. If you are somebody who has opinions and you want to speak your mind, you are well within your right to do that. And if you interact with people who disagree with you and they want to talk to you and hear what you have to say, engage with them, talk to them. Don't try to change their minds. Just explain your reasonings and rationale. Have a conversation. Don't have a fucking debate. All these YouTube, Twitch, political debates are fucking pointless. Just talk to people. It ain't that hard. Can you do it with everybody? No. Can you do it with everybody you want to? No. Can you do it at all? Yep. You just got to be willing to find people who want to have those conversations. Don't, and I need to specify this so that you clearly understand, don't go anywhere violating, touching, doing things unlawful, and then try to get on Twitter and claim you're the victim. You not. You the fucking perpetrator, you dumbass. Oh, and to the single father, boy, that pussy couldn't be that good for you to be lying like that. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye. I fucked up my joke.